Hello, patrons, and welcome to the third episode of Good, Bad, or Bad, Bad Broken Dreams, the show where we watch our projects and talk about them and give you a little insight into our failed hopes and dreams of being, I don't know. Whatever.
This time, Brian.
This time it's me. So this movie is called Loading Zone. This was my senior practicum. This is what I had to do. Instead of doing an internship, I did a practicum, which was you just had to log all your hours you worked on it. This is the last project I did senior year of college. It was based on a script. Before we get into it, wrote a script. This is based on a short that I made for film class like sophomore year. And then we decided to expand on the story. And then I turned it into, for my screenwriting class junior year, I turned it into a 35-page screenplay, like short screenplay. And then for my practicum, I'm like, I cannot film 35 minutes for this. It's too much. So I cut it back down to like a 12-minute.
Wow, I wish I had that mentality when I was reading my thing. My film would have turned out much shorter.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do 35 minutes. And well, and the stuff that I cut out, there were scenes in restaurants with characters that aren't even in this, that of conversations. There was a scene on a bus that I was like, I don't have enough time to do a whole thing where I get a bus. And so I pruned it down to the most necessary scenes that I thought still got across, but was also doable. So you've probably seen this because this was up on our YouTube. Shared it with everybody as a little incentive to hope people might want to come check out this little breakdown. So, well, not to mention we always put it up for patrons, all of our videos, but this is the only one. Patrons, don't worry. This is the only one that'll go up on our YouTube channel. You guys will get the rest of that exclusive because you're the best. All right, so let's get right into it. It's 13 minutes long, and I have not watched this in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I made this. Let's see. This was 2012, I think. So no, 2011, 2012. Yeah, 2012.
God,
so this
we're
is
fucking old, dude.
Yeah, I know. So this was 5 years ago, four and a half years ago that I made this. So yeah, I'm interested to see if I still like it. I don't even know. I liked it. I don't know if it makes sense. It makes sense to me. I'd be interested to see people's reaction if it makes sense to people who don't know anything. Anyways, let's just play. Nope. Play.
Death takes the good. Too good to stay.
Oh, Mr. Alex.
Ugh.
This is a park in our local.
Nice police sirens.
Yeah. This is the first thing where I don't know if when you first watch it, it kind of comes back later what that sirens is. Did you catch what?
Well, is that a real siren or is that a mental siren?
No, that's pause. So what that is that's him. He just left a hit.
Okay, so that's
a
siren.
real siren of cops going to a place where they got called in where a dead guy was found. And he's leaving that scene. That's why he like glances back over the shoulder, like, oh, what, kind of like.
So she's completely unself-aware.
She's oblivious to
the fact that there's a fucking police siren going on.
Yeah, well, it's you're in the park. Sometimes you hear police sirens. It's not like she just kind of ignores it. But yeah, she just kind of ignores it. But it's. He's just going to sit on the bench with her as like a cover, like, I'm just gonna sit here. And...
Yeah, the outfits here are straight out of the 50s.
I know. That's just how they dress. That's just how these people dress.
Seriously?
Yes. I didn't tell them what to wear for this. No, that's just how they dress. Well, Alex, I told him to wear a suit because I was like, he's a hitman. He's got to wear a suit.
He's Agent 47.
Yeah, he's got to wear a suit. So, and then I it's not successful. I don't like the way this looks, but my goal was for it to look, because this is actually a flashback. This is him, because that first shot where he's like, we get to that eventually. He's like kind of out of it. He's remembering this, and this is supposed to be like a memory. And so I kind of like tried to blow it blow it out and make it look different than the rest of the film. I don't really like how it looks.
LOA had a save play, just so you know.
So I know for editing. Playing pause.
Now, did you?
I blew it out in post.
Okay, you blew it out, and did you like?
I also put a motion blur on it.
Super saturated too.
Yeah, I oversaturated it. I blew it out, and then I added a weird motion blur that doesn't really show up, but.
Lily.
And I was micing this by myself, so the audio is not
really
as good. This scene, because the audio in the later scene is actually really good. This one, though, I was doing it by myself, so it's not as good.
Yeah, the one thing I kept noticing is that the audio kept.
Yeah. I'm bad at editing audio, so something to do production.
Now this intro is dope as shit.
I love this intro. It's my favorite. Pause real quick. I'll have to. I guess I can leave the names in. But my favorite thing isn't this movie. My favorite thing is the trailer I made for this movie. I'll put that up. The trailer I made for this is kind of amazing. It's like a minute long. It's this song and this shot of the credits, kind of, and then it's like a quick cuts of different cool shots from throughout the movie.
Watch how them just watch how them just like you and watch how them just watch how them just like you and watch how them just watch how them
All this music that's going to get flagged by YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, this actually, I got this from some guy, like, who, it's a remix of Linkin Park song, and because originally, which is, here's a little story that's fun. In the original project, sophomore year, then when we did this, sophomore year when I made this, I used the actual Linkin Park song in it. And so I was like, ooh, I know it'll be clever. I'll find a cool remix of it for my remix of that short film. I'm an artist. Where are we at? 5 minutes. Okay. All right, and play. But yeah, I added this weird. I like this song, and then I this shot. I was like, I did this thing where I have it judder between frames, and so it's kind of off-putting and like.
That's just seizure-rific.
Yeah, you're just like, ugh. It's kind of like, yeah, it's supposed to make you uncomfortable.
Oh boy, Brian Chiligo.
Yeah. Boom, and then we graffitied that on the wall in case it's still there. You can go see that. It's still.
You vandal.
We vandalized.
Now,
Pause.
pauses here. Brian, at our school where we went to school,
Yeah.
do they have good hi-hats for this?
Hi-hat?
For low tripods?
No. You know what this is? Did I ever explain this
Yeah,
to
you
you?
should
Okay,
explain it
good.
to
You want
me.
me to explain this? Let's do the shot first, and just so we can see it, and then I'll explain what this is. Play.
Just hold on this for as long as it takes
Yeah,
to
well,
get
I
it
told him to
together.
get out of the car, but he sat there forever. Or she. That's my old car, my old Impala that caught fire. No, that was my first car that caught fire. That one didn't. So yeah, I like this low shot. I was like, I'm gonna do this cool low following, like Tarantino style. Like, let's look at their feet for a while. So let's let this play, and then I'll explain how I did that little shot there, and a lot of these shots actually. That sound effect's terrible. I'm bad at sound. Ideally, pause. What I wish in retrospect I would have had her fall with like her hand fall out the door there, like because she got shot basically is the idea. So that shot going up the sidewalk, and every shot you see that's a low angle following somebody's shot. What that is, we do not have any sort of. Our school was shitty and cheap as hell. We didn't have any sort of gimbals. We didn't have any sort of steady cams. We had some, but not really good ones.
When you explained this to me, I was
what I
like,
did, it was a
ghetto.
nightmare. What I did was I took one of we had these big metal heavy tripods, and that we used because these were like these are I think these are mini DV. No, these are regular SD card cameras. I don't remember. Anyways, they're like Panasonic.
No, the old ones.
This wasn't old. These weren't DVC Pros or anything like that.
No, these were mini DVs.
No, I didn't shoot this on mini DV. I shot this on with an SD.
Okay.
I don't remember what.
Anyways, our shit was old.
Yeah,
and
it was
crappy.
old for my first year. We were shooting on DVC Pros still.
Yeah,
my freshman year and sophomore year, I think. But so this big metal tripod, I took it. I put the camera on it. I took the legs. I disconnected one of the legs from the little middle part that holds the legs together, and I flipped the whole thing upside down. I shoved the one leg under my arm. And then I held the front leg so that I could kind of like adjust it a little. And then I ran around with that. And the weight of it helped keep it stabilized kind of basically. Because those tripods weighed like 30 pounds or something.
To give you an idea, these are like good 20-pound, 25-pound Liebeck
Yeah.
tripod.
Yeah.
These
And the
things are
camera
huge.
and the camera mounted on it is a full size, like it was an SD recorded on SD cards, but it's a full size like camcorder. It's not like a little DSLR or anything like that. So I'm like running, and there's scenes where I'm like just going, oh my god, I threw my back out filming this stuff. But I thought it looked pretty cool. So that's what that was. Is I'm holding a tripod upside down, and then in post I had to flip the video right side up so that it wasn't, because I was shooting upside down. So yeah,
It looks great.
I thought it looked pretty good for what it was, but and then real quick before we get going, so the black and white scenes, the whole idea for this thing was that, this is before I saw Memento. Honestly, I'm not kidding. I had not seen Memento when we came up with this. Now maybe my friends had, and that's where they were giving me this idea. But so the black and white scenes play out after a certain decision is made, and then the color scenes are all before a certain moment happens. And so that's how we bounce back and forth between them, and it's Memento or whatever. But okay, all right, and play. So she just got the shit shot out of her.
Death takes the good.
Ugh.
Too good to stay.
Is that Andrew?
No, that's
Him?
That's
Okay.
Alex.
It sounded like Andrew a little bit.
that was just a quote I found. I needed something to like, I don't know, add in there. So I just found this quote and I had him read it, and then I edited it in. I like this shot. I like when he leans up and then she's there.
Go.
Go.
Yeah.
This is my old apartment. It's actually in the same apartment complex. It was just down there.
Just tell people all that.
Well, but they don't know what apartment complex it is, so it doesn't matter.
All right, so if you want to get to Brian,
I'm with you now.
So he just got a call here, and he's
got a hit.
He's got a job, but we don't. It's very vague and one-sided. He's just like, okay, I'm on my way.
Just got a business call. I gotta head out.
Business.
Yeah.
When will you be back?
This afternoon sometime. I don't know when.
Okay. I love you. I'll see you later.
Oh,
I do wish I had her say that she was gonna run to the grocery store, just so it was a little more clear when this took place.
It's
But
not as needed.
Oh, I
Oh,
love this song with this. And it's a fucking Adele song. It just worked so perfectly for this scene, though. I thought it's Adele, but
Adele from like 2000.
well, 10, whatever that album came out that year, 21 or whatever. No, that's Taylor Swift, isn't it? No, that's Adele.
Whatever.
I don't know.
They're
But
all the
anyways,
same.
they're not the same. Same album. But yeah, so it's the same shot, and that was kind of the thing I liked mimicking the idea of. And then, whoop, who was that guy?
Oh no.
And so yeah, the shots like that, they're not perfect, but they look okay for what. That's my old apartment. I still have that thing. That's my TV. I still have that TV.
It's that TV?
No,
Oh,
that's the one out in the living room.
Sorry.
Couldn't do anything with blood because I didn't want to ruin my carpet. So. And I wanted a shot where it was like, that hard contrast where you can't really even see them anyway.
Time to see Brian's fantastic After Effects skills.
Oh, I actually was mostly happy with how it came out. It's not perfect, but
great. It's like, what does he have? What does he have there? What does he have?
what?
It's because he's putting on gloves.
Oh yeah, he's putting on gloves. Yeah.
But they're out of frame.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
just
This is a camera shoved in the closet. I'm standing like right off to the left here, hiding, directing him, yeah, and making sure the camera doesn't fall out of the closet. I love this though.
trying to get these two locations to work.
They work perfect though.
They do?
Yeah, I think they work pretty well. They look like this because those aren't anywhere near each other.
No.
Yeah, it's my sweet. This slide actually slides back. I did the slide effect. I didn't put any shells or anything, but I thought that all looks pretty good. This is the only part I don't like. It's because that looks okay, but I wish I had been able to do blood on the wall when he slides down the wall. But I like that whole sequence. I really love how that turned out overall. This is just random B-roll. I had the camera running, and they were just like talking to each other, and I was like, that'll be perfect of them like connecting with each other. I thought it was very sweet.
I wish this is the same level of fucking craziness that my film.
I know it's not crazy. It's just kind of a normal. It's a little stupid, but there's So the loading zone. The reason it's called loading zone is the idea is that it was a loading zone. It's on the wall behind him, and that's where he dies.
Now, is that Hershey syrup?
Yes, that is chocolate syrup. I knew it was going to be in black and white, so we're like chocolate syrup. Boom.
Yep. It's a note to anybody out there making movies. Chocolate syrup.
If it's black and white, perfect. I love this shot. I love the. I mean, Dutch angles can be abused, but I think it works with the power dynamic and in the way. I just love the way the alleyway looks there.
That's good.
Yeah, I love that hard cut with the airsoft gun.
Too good to stay.
I'm shooting this from about 50 feet, like where I am right now with the camera.
That's amazingly
That's
stunning.
where I'm shooting this.
I'm gonna say pretty dope that he's able to get his gun and not have to put a bullet in the chamber.
Leaves the bad.
I was impressed by that.
Too bad to take away.
Yeah, I don't know how guns work. the only thing I don't like, I hate, because it's in retrospect, it's a pretentious thing to cut to black gunshot. It's just stupid. I wish I just pulled back to the wide shot and had him shoot him. I wish I'd done that instead. And then this scene was written mostly. I didn't write this whole scene. A lot of the dialogue in this scene was written by
our boy Andrew from my film.
Yeah. Most of this dialogue was written by my best friend Sam from
killed you to warn me?
I was like, hey, you want to write a scene for my movie? And he wrote the dialogue.
Would it have killed you to be on time?
Because he was a film student at the time too.
Now, how desperately was
It's all right. We're still waiting on Forte. Anyway.
Dominic?
Dom.
Dom. How desperately was he trying to channel his inner
Sam Jackson / Denzel, any of the that
He's
sort of like cool.
He's very Denzel in this.
Yeah, that cool like he's the police chief. This one I had a sound guy there,
Morning, Forte.
and the sound on this one is so much better than that first scene.
I believe you have hands, thus the capacity to move the box.
I
Which
know.
is currently
It's so stupid, but I love it. If you have hands and thus the capacity to move the box, which is currently hindering your ability to join us.
That's yours.
The other thing I wish I'd done in this scene is I wish I'd had them, like when they start to get loud and talk, I wish they tried to dial it back, or I don't know. I don't like everything about this scene.
Nice
The
morning.
biggest problem, I'm gonna pause real quick.
It's a little chilly.
Biggest thing I don't like about this scene, where are we at?
We're good.
Okay, is that I like how visual the rest of it is, and then this is like exposition. Let's tell you what happens. You're a bad guy. He's a good guy, or you're a good guy. He's a bad guy. That's the twist. Like, because the whole idea, the whole premise was like, okay, we're gonna make a cool movie where it takes place out of order, and then you think the good guy's the bad guy the whole time, and the bad guy thinks the good. So you think, oh my god, that guy killed his girlfriend, and then he kills him. Cool, good job. You got revenge for your girlfriend died. And turns out he's actually a hitman. The guy that killed his girlfriend was a cop. Whoa, what a twist! You know, like that was the idea. But I couldn't figure out how to tell that. And it works better in the full 35-page script because it's a little more drawn out, and not like I slammed it all into one scene. Like, let's
Chilly for my
play.
taste.
Nah, you get used to it.
That's my friend Jeremy. He's in
Sir,
Second
I know
City.
I haven't been here
Really?
very long.
Yeah, he's
I
in
get
one of the
that feeling.
reserve groups, or was
I
at
gotta say,
least.
he has a magnificent chin.
Yeah, he was in one of the reserve groups in one of the Second
Bright
City.
kid.
I don't know if he still does.
To be honest, I thought you were too young to be promoted. I didn't think
Dom's
you
a
had the
successful
experience we
musician.
needed.
Nice.
He's got a recording.
The last assignment went well.
Got some good
So we're
songs.
bringing
Hopefully
you
still
up.
rocking that cabbie.
No, I don't think he normally wears that. I was like dressed like the police
We've been
sergeant.
keeping tabs on a very interesting individual. Goes by the name of.
What did you tell Andrew? Dress like you're undercover?
Yeah, wear a hoodie like you're in The Departed.
For hire.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, see him leaning back, looking at the cut. Yeah.
All this over some thug with a gun tied to his wallet?
Don't be stupid, kid.
Stupid kid.
It's more than that. You think we're out just trying to get a gunner off the streets? If that were the case, we've been done by now. I want you to go deeper. I want you to search
And the other
deeper.
thing-
I want you to find
Yeah,
any
they're
information that you
all the
can
actors.
to figure out
I'm
who's
glad you
calling the
found
shots.
actors unlike
That's
me.
what we want.
Yeah, I was happy Dom crushed this, but
Jeremy here has been keeping a tab
they
on
all
it
did
for
a good
while.
job. But
So you want me to raid his apartment?
It's not that simple. This has to be completely off the record. Anyone on the street
Nice little,
catches
nice
this,
little
we have
pond
Russian peg.
reflector.
Take
Yeah.
them out and
The
move
light.
on before
Yep.
we can blink. This is no routine search, Forte. There will be no warrants.
Oh,
backup.
No backup.
the other thing is that I have no idea how, which I'm
Just
sure
want me
it's
to
zero
stick my
realistic
neck
to
out there
real
and if
life. I
something
don't know
goes
anything
wrong,
about cops and
I get left out to
Hollywood.
fucking dry?
Like the idea that
Well,
they
you
might
wouldn't
send
be
a guy
up for it.
into, I don't know, it might be
Kid, do you
realistic to
think
like
anything
go
in this town
get
actually
intel from
dispels
us.
Just
safe
just
and
whatever
easy?
from a Quentin Tarantino film.
I
Yeah,
just want
yeah,
to
yeah,
stay
it's just like
Yes,
whatever.
Let me tell you. When we can do it the easy way, we do it.
I
But
love
if
that
we
he
gotta
wore
get
those
dirty, we sure as hell
sunglasses.
can do that as well.
The reflection in his glasses.
Now, I need to know, are you in?
This ain't a
It's not a
game.
game though. I have to know that you'll
I
be
love
working
it. I
fire if you
love
catch
Dom in this scene. He's so
it. He sure
good.
as hell will not blink before pulling the trigger.
So you want me to kill him?
I don't want you to do anything, but if you have to, you have to.
And that was tough too in
We'll
the scene.
take
Is
care
trying to
of the
make it
paperwork
clear,
later.
like, why did he shoot the girlfriend?
Now.
The idea being they
What do you
amped him
do?
up so much on edge that as soon as somebody came in the apartment, he just like fucking reaction and shot him.
Do it.
Yeah. Play.
It's gonna be so
I know.
dramatic.
Play. So that was the moment when he decides to do this, when it goes from color, his decision, and I wanted originally for the color to drain out, but I was okay with it just hard cutting. And we filmed this after the death scene. So if you notice, the loading zone, I love that you can see it, but there's actually the blood, the chocolate is already there on the ground because we
Nice.
shot this after. But yeah, this alleyway is downtown in our neighborhood. It's such a great alleyway to shoot.
Everybody
shit in.
uses it.
Everybody uses it.
It's in my feature as
Yeah,
well.
it's because it's just such a great alley. And then, but yeah, I thought it works pretty well going into my apartment complex, which is nowhere near where this alleyway is.
I mean, if for film students, it's literally called the alley.
The alley, yeah. Everybody in our town, it's where you go. If you need a sweet cityscape alley, dirty alley, go shoot it there. Like it's the best. And then this, I love this song.
I will say this. Thank you for getting further away from your this lockpicking thing.
Yeah.
And not being like Ben and Arthur and showing like way up there with the paper clip.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna pull back. I don't need to see because he doesn't know how to pick a lock. He's just gonna finagle on it for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna come back in. And we're gonna
heightened rising music to it.
Yeah. Oh, and this song's from the movie Sunshine, which is a really good sci-fi movie.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Peter Boyle, and then I Love Coming Around.
Peter Boyle.
No, Danny Boyle.
That's about ready to say the dad from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, no. Loading zone. So yeah, that's that. It's I was pretty happy with how it turned out overall. I think it's a little. It might be the first time you watch it a little hard to. Maybe not. I say that because I wrote it, so I knew where everything fell story wise. I always ask people when they watch it, like, did you get like. And maybe I'm making it seem more complicated than it is, but like, did you get like, okay, so that was his girlfriend, and that all that color stuff took place before? I don't know. I think it makes sense. I think people.
Yeah,
do.
it makes sense in that regard. The areas where I was kind of confused at, like the ones I pointed out, I was like, man, that's an impressive gun to fucking load itself.
Yeah. I didn't even think
But
of that.
that's just little.
Yeah, no, that's a little
things.
thing. I didn't even think of that, which is funny because I did know. Yeah, you got to rack the slide to get a gun or a bullet in the chamber. Anyways, but yeah, it's I passed. I got my degree because that was the last thing I had to do, and it's I was pretty happy with it overall. But it's I don't know. It is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed us talking about Loading Zone. And next time,
hopefully, we'll get something
a little funnier. I mean, it's yeah. Well, my only, I think, well, not my only, but my main other thing that we'll do eventually is silly and nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and not as I don't. This isn't particularly good, but it's not as good as this. It's more like ridiculous.
I guess the next thing we're probably gonna do is a film that I helped a friend. He wrote it.
Yeah.
I shot it and edited it.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing is, or maybe I helped him, like co-edit situation. Yeah. Many late 3 a.m. nights getting this thing in before the deadline. But this one it's all about meth.
Oh, nice. Nice. All about meth. So that's where you got all that sweet drug knowledge from the last time.
Dude. I won't get into it, but man, this was an eye-opening experience.
It's hilarious. So yeah, next one we'll be doing that, and then eventually the mind one after that we'll do eventually is about parking ticket takers givers, and students getting revenge on them. Stupid. We wrote it in the night. But yeah, so. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being patrons. It's been awesome. We're going places.
Give us your money.
They already are, Kyle. They already are. No, we really appreciate it. We're about to get some new lights or something potentially. We're still figuring it out.
This has been a wild ride so far.
Yeah, man. It's maybe one day we'll be famous. But probably not.
Or dead.
Or dead. We'll definitely be dead one day.
Oh, man.
Spoilers.
I was hoping denial would keep me alive for a while.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, keep watching movies, especially bloating. Oh, don't. Just watch it once. It's
yeah,
fun.
you can have fun with it.
Have fun with it. If you want to touch yourself while you watch it. Dom's an attractive man. I get it. So is Alex. I get it. Thanks, guys.